looking for something to watch this week, and we did. He was like, "What about John Wick?" Dylan hasn't seen it, and I had already downloaded Anchorman, which
Huh.
was also very good. That movie, it still holds up.
Well, good for him. I respect him even more now.
Yeah, oh, I'll tell him you said that.
So you didn't, so Dylan didn't see it?
He has not seen it yet. I'm sure that we will get around to it. I haven't seen any of them except for number one. So
Oh, Ashlyn and I saw number 4 together, and we legit were at the same time, both of us like, oh, and jumping.
does it give you
was
that? Gives you, yeah. I mean, I'll
And it's
definitely
so
watch
much
it.
better if you've seen the whole series too. I mean, like, there's not a lot of like callbacks and stuff, but just like there's more
The
content.
progression. Yeah. The progression
I
of
will
what's going on.
number 2 and 3 are on my list now. Like, I'm obsessed with it. Just
Number 3 to me was like, it seemed like that seemed like there's the most fighting in that one. I haven't seen 4 yet, but 3, it's just one fight scene after another. I mean, it's like, it's exhausting just watching it.
Is that the one with Halle Berry? Or is that 2?
No, I think that's with her too. No, that's with her. 3 is with her. I believe so. She's in. I saw 2 and 3 around the same time, so I know she's in at least one of them. Mm-hmm. But it might have been 3 she was in. Whatever it was, I mean, he just in that movie, it's just fight scene after fight scene after fight scene after. I'm like, what is going on? I mean, how do they do this?
And imagine how many takes to do that fight scene, so that during a day you must have to do that repeatedly over and over and over and over.
Now you say that he does these not like, if these scenes are like 10 minutes long or 5 minutes, it's just the fight scene's 5 minutes, and they shoot it in like one take type of thing. Is that what they're doing?
You're gonna have to.
They can't ace it every time.
Several times.
I would say they would have to do it. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just I like.
And how bring in the stunt coffee table number 4.
I know.
And the guy's like, dude, I cannot go through that balcony. I can't do it again. Let's just.
The prop guys are like, I cannot make that window one more time.
It takes an hour and a half to go back to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely superb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's a pretty clear.
All roads lead to.
Which one was better? What's that?
Oh, nothing.
Roads lead to all roads lead to.
Oh man. I still stand by that statement.
Ultimately.
Something I didn't know is that Eva Longoria was a producer of John Wick.
The same Eva Longoria from Desperate Housewives?
Right. And so during interview press junket time, when the directors were asked about Eva's involvement, she just wrote a check. They never even spoke to her. She just was like,
good for her.
I wonder who she wrote the check for. Like, who did she know that was involved that she was helping out?
Probably Keanu.
Yeah, everyone
likes him.
It seems like David and Chad are still pretty heavy hitters, like if you're looking at their filmography. So clearly, I mean,
I think the John Wick series put everyone involved on a nice career path. I mean, already, obviously, but I feel like the Chad and David guys were, they were like the stunt coordinators, like the behind the scenes guys, and now they're like, whatever you call it, top of the line.
Which is great, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Big
it's
talent.
Nice to have something original that's like, popular and working and continuing.
I did a movie. I did a soundtrack, some sound design for a movie that was made back in the late 70s. And it was directed by it was directed by a stuntman. So he basically got together with all of his stuntmen friends, wrote a terrible script. It's worth it though. And basically just put every type of stunt imaginable. This is back in the days when they used to jump out of buildings onto the big blow up. This guy does probably a 30-story window jump onto a mat, and I was talking to a guy who used to live across the street from me who was a stuntman. He actually does Mandalorian. He did some Spider-Man stuff. He's a little guy, but he works for those. And I was like, and he knew this dude immediately. He's like, oh, that guy's a legend. There was fire, motorcycles, multiple gigantic explosions, people like leaning out of cars and shooting. There was an airplane bit. It was just every stunt you could do. They flew, oh my gosh, They flew a helicopter through Waco, Texas.
Is it Invasion USA?
Yes.
Dude, I know the director or the cinematographer. Sorry.
Okay, so I did the sound. They remastered it in 5.1, and I did the mix. So I added all the.
I've never seen it, dude. I've been dying to see it. To be honest with you, it was shot.
That should be the next one that we do because it is.
You have access to
terrible. But it's awesome. There's a scene where they fly a helicopter through downtown Waco, about 30 feet off the ground, no permits. So people that are on the street are like, what is happening? They did a whole car chase scene, no permits. Just one guy with a camera, one guy in a car. Let's go drive through Waco.
How many fines did they get for that?
0. They just paid they just bought a bunch of people beer and paid for hamburgers, and everybody could be in the movie.
Texas. That was the 70s.
It's bananas. We should totally watch it.